Thanks for coming round. We'll make you laugh before you go. Welcome to the Mermen. Welcome to the show.
Okay, wait. So you were just talking about Bill's Burgers?
That was short.
I know, because I'm interested to hear about this.
Oh, wow.
We had to cut you off to start the podcast.
I thought something was wrong because you stopped blowing the conch
No,
shell.
I want to hear about this guy. Do your impression of the guy. What was it?
That's the lamest conch shell brother ever.
Yeah,
I feel kind of bad. I'm used to like doing a real. I was like,
Well, you were chit-chatting, and I wanted to make sure that we
Bill's
didn't
Burgers.
forget about it.
Okay. If anyone is listening as a fan of the I Don't Know About That podcast or our Patreon, you've heard us talk about Bill's Burgers. It's a guy, and I want to say he's 93 or 92. He's old as dirt.
All right.
And he's got a burger, like just a little standalone burger stand, and it's on the edge of like Van Nuys and Sherman Oaks. It's like in this industrial district. And he's been cooking burgers for, I want to say, like 60 years. He's like a war vet from some older war. And he's just an old guy, and he's grumpy as hell. You go there, and he's like, this is the way you're getting the burger. And this is, one of those guys. But
Can I have no ketchup? No.
pretty. I think he'll do it.
It's better with the ketchup, trust me.
I think he'll do it, but he's like, looks at you like you're an idiot.
Yeah.
If you don't get the burger, like, it's fucking
You're going to waste the burger.
And I think he works every day. Like, if he can't make it to work, I don't think it's open. And it's open from like 9 a.m. to 2 only.
What do you think the secret is?
Oh, so I watched this video, and they said that he's had this grill for like the same griddle top for, I want to say 60 years or 70 years or something like that.
That's a lot of goodness baked into there.
This is why you're interested, because it's meat thing, right? It's cooking and meat.
He's just got that guy just got a big cast iron skillet, basically.
Yeah, it's like it looks like a flat
Yeah,
griddle
griddle.
top. Yeah. Grill. Is that what it's called? Yeah. I don't know these terms. This is your world. Yeah, I worked in a kitchen, but I don't know grills. I know what a grill is. I know what a broiler is. Is that called a griddle? Just a flat top?
Yeah, it's a griddle. I want one for my front yard.
Yeah, my buddy Mo's got one. My buddy Mo's. I don't think he listens. He should. I don't think he listens to podcasts, but that's all he puts on his Instagram. Is his griddle. And cooking shit on his griddle.
Yeah, they're popular now. Blackstone is the main one, and but there's a lot of other companies that make them. But
Next time you're in the Sherman Oaks Van Nuys area, we'll go to Bill's Burgers.
I'll make the trip
because he will die soon.
Okay, we better hurry this up.
He's in his 90s. And
do the impression of him that you were doing. That's what got me interested.
And Bill, like I can't.
No. You said he goes. Let's get into it.
No, that's not him.
Oh, it's a different guy.
No. There's a guy called Let me look this up so I don't fuck it up. Because I like to give him a shout out. Because it's an Instagram account, and this guy, again, we've talked about this in the other podcast.
Oh, this dude did a story on Bill's Burgers.
Yeah.
Okay. The thing that was fascinating to me is that the 93-year-old burger guy had a popular Instagram account.
No.
This guy's real eclectic. He's real prolific.
We've talked about this guy a lot. It's LA in a minute, and his name's Evan Lovett. And all he does is he goes around LA and he's like, hey, you might have seen the library or whatever. Here's the history of the library. Here's El Segundo. He talks about the history of El Segundo recently.
Ooh, not good history in El Segundo.
Do you know why it's called El Segundo?
Because the Chevron refinery is the second one in the country.
See,
right?
you know this one. I didn't know that. I learned it on this guy's Instagram. So it's this El Segundo. So, anyways, this is just like a here. Look, I'll play a normal one for him. Right. This is like here you go. This is like
LA in a minute, and I'm here in front of a storm drain because it's raining. And I always wonder when I see these, no dumping, drains to ocean. Does it really go to the ocean?
Yeah, it goes to my neighborhood.
Does all our rainwater and wastewater go?
Where?
Let's get into it.
That wasn't a good one. He usually goes, let's get into it, right? So that's what he always goes, let's get into it. And here's the Bill's Burgers one.
What is up? This is your LA in a
Oh, that
minute.
dude is
I'm
old.
here at Van Nuys at Bill's Burger with the legend himself, Bill Elwell, who has been making amazing burgers since 1965 at one of LA's best burger spots. And I want to tell you the history. Let's get into it.
So we played that on
How many times do you think you recited that with that dude?
No, Bill, let's get into it.
Just get on with it. Yeah, just like that.
Get out of my face and buy a burger.
I got burgers burning on the griddle.
So we can watch the whole thing later, like the whole history of Bill's Burgers, or I can play it right now if you want to hear it.
Whatever.
But we'll see how old his grill is on here. But he anyways, we've talked about him at length on I Don't Know About That podcast. So if there's any crossover listeners, You're welcome.
Yeah.
But do you want to know how old his griddle is?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, here.
LA, started driving a taxi cab, then he worked at a car dealership, and then he went into linen sales. But what he really liked doing was making burgers. So after he bought the stand, he started making burgers on the
Shout out to LA in a minute. Evan Lovett. Giving this guy a lot of promo. Well, I don't know about this
flat top held the magic to those juicy, delicious burgers.
Looks good.
So Bill bought the tiny little stand right here on Oxnard in the middle of an industrial district in
Guy looks like Mo Mandel.
Yeah, he
Prior
does.
to it being Bill's Burgers, it was another burger joint for 15 years. And before that, it was a coffee shop.
Wait.
So how does a burger place survive for more than 50 years in a little industrial strip like this?
He does look like
Really
Mo
the
Mandel.
Perfect hamburger. Little
Like, Mo Mandel
patty,
looks better
cheese,
than him, but-
bacon or chili.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not judging.
Ketchup, mustard, pickles, onion, tomato.
There you go.
And by the way, Bill's doesn't sell fries because you want to focus on these amazing burgers.
Yeah, that's why. Maybe just want to fuck with
It's
grease.
90s, and he still works every day,
It is
Tuesday
90s.
to Friday, from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
9 to 4,
And
okay.
he's one of the oldest burger men working in all of America.
Got good sounds
He's doing an
Verified.
awesome job. You got to come out and support. This place is truly legendary.
Here we go.
One fact that Bill's not shy about is that he's been married 5 times.
Hey.
Children and grandchildren, probably because
Wait, here goes.
But one of his partners is Hiroko, and for a
Hiroko.
short period from about 2010 to about 2016, this place was actually called Bill and Hiroko. Interesting. So Bill's
Interesting.
is one of the
And
most
sales went down.
legendary in Los Angeles.
Hiroko was like, my name goes on there. You're no more blowjobs, Bill.
88 years on a grill that's almost 100 years old.
There you go.
Oh.
Check it out. It's amazing, and it is part of the fabric of Los Angeles.
There you go.
All right,
Okay.
that's pretty cool.
100
two,
years.
two thoughts. One,
LA in a minute. Evan Lovett. Shout out.
yeah, how many followers does that guy have?
A lot.
So,
Probably, we're not doing him a favor. We're probably bringing down his like he's got let me see here. Like this is all he did, and he's got 114,000 followers.
so here's
very
my.
LA centric. But if you live in LA, yeah,
But it was
even if you
interesting.
don't.
I think even if you don't live in LA, I think like
He's great.
learning about stuff like that is interesting. But it's the sound's a little in and out or whatever, and it's just him holding it. So, but what's amazing is this guy's producing an awesome. It's basically a TV show, right? And it's
Just his floating head in front of shit.
yeah, just walking around with his iPhone.
To be fair, that one, the sound, it's usually better. He's usually
But he's
not
on the side of a
he's usually
highway.
not on a street.
Yeah.
He's on Oxnard Boulevard there, which is a pretty busy street. Yeah.
But even so, who cares? You can hear him. So what's the difference?
Yeah.
It's just so cool that people can now. There's no excuse not to make a TV show. Just go make a TV show.
Oh yeah,
with
this
your
guy has a
phone.
podcast now and stuff. We could have him call in one day. Well, maybe, I don't know. I don't even fucking know the guy.
Yeah,
Try
he's
to.
going to be our best
We're
friend.
actually gonna try and get him on the I don't know about that podcast. I think
All right,
just
well-
as an LA expert. So if we
Well,
do
you
that,
got to start leveraging one for the other. Be like, yeah.
dude, I'm promoting that. Look, there's people that listen to this. I hope from there.
No, there are.
I say fucking listen.
And then the other thing
Here's
is
your
that that's bullshit that he doesn't have fries because he wants to focus on the burger.
Oh yeah, he's an old
It's
curmudgeon.
He's just like, the grease is too expensive to dispose of the grease. But just get chips, bags of chips.
He's an old curmudgeon. By the way, I'm wearing a grumpy hat today.
See that?
Do you know where this is from? This is a perfect segue into it because it's from this fish company, the Key Largo, not fish company. It's the Key Largo Fisheries. It's like a seafood restaurant / store.
Called Grumpy's?
No.
Oh.
They just sell these hats because the guy that owns it is grumpy and he just wears this hat now.
Oh, perfect.
And so they have like this in different colors and you can just go buy them. But just that business has been in. There's something to be said for a grumpy man running
Yeah.
a business. It's usually a good
Yeah,
business.
my way or the highway.
It's usually a good business. Like that Key Largo. God, I can't remember the exact name. I think it's Key Largo Fisheries. I'll look it up. But that has been in business forever. Bill's has been in business forever. It's just like, get out of here, kids. No fries.
I've always thought you'd be a great business owner for us.
Well, I sort of a business owner now.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Airbnb, but I can't be grumpy in
You're
that.
a landlord. That's what you are. You're a slumlord.
I am so out of character for the Airbnb that I own. Like, because it's an Airbnb, you can't be like, excuse me, the pool heater's not working. Fuck off.
Man.
It's cold or it's hot. I can't do anything with it.
Let me tell you, I'm normally like Captain Positive. Like I'm like Mr. Find the bright side and everything.
Yeah.
And I've been fucking, speaking of grumpy, I've been so short-tempered lately with two things. One, this weather is killing me. It's just been like so gross in LA for forever now, and all over the country. Really, has had real harsh weather. But
Yeah, no one is sad for us in LA, by the way.
but it's everywhere. They're
Yeah,
getting
I know.
like blizzards in other parts of the country, and abnormally bad weather everywhere.
Yep.
But the thing is, like, it's fine. Like, if you live somewhere where you know you're going to get this kind of rainfall and you're set up for this kind of rainfall, it's fine. Like, when we lived in South Florida, I liked the rain. I love the rain. I love when it rained at night and the little thunder in the distance.
You had just little things like rain,
storm drains,
rain
or
gutters,
gutters, like, you know.
The place I live in right now, there's the front door. There's no awning.
Yeah.
So when it rains, just water comes to the front door, and you're standing there unlocking it in the rain.
My whole yard is mud and everything. Like, I live in my front yard. You know, my front yard is basically like a man cave, and I just can't go out there because it's gross. And then the furniture, the outdoor furniture, isn't made to stand up to all this rain. I don't have awnings because you only need it normally
TV?
2 days. I think it still works. I've tried it out a few times.
Is it an outdoor TV?
No.
I don't think it's working anymore.
I mean, I put a cover. I have a cover on it. I built a very.
I didn't know it was just a regular TV.
So but I scored it for free. Someone gave it to me.
That's how like little rain is in Southern California. By the way, is when
you can just put a regular TV.
Put a regular TV, and no one was like, "Yeah, that'll be fine." It's like, not this year. We've gotten rain for like 3 months.
It's been bonkers.
Yeah.
I got these. These are waterproof shoes. My shoes got wet one day. I got mad. And I was just like, my friend had some of these. I'm like, I'm buying some of them. They're called Vessies. They're like $150. And I'm like, I'm getting them.
They look, I don't know. I don't know if I like those.
They're nice.
Well, they're functional, right? Mm-hmm. They need to make a functional cool shoe. When are they going to do that? That's not cool, that shoe.
I mean, it's not bad.
Trust me. Like, I'm a big sneaker guy, shoe guy. Those aren't cool.
I mean, I wouldn't wear them on stage or anything, but it's like,
that's what
just
I mean.
for running around town, running errands. They go with my sweatpants.
Like, see my Adidas over there? I have my shoes off because I'm a nice person. I didn't track them.
Those look like cleats.
All through. They have no laces. They're stretchy.
Yeah. Those are functional?
Yeah, I can wear those wherever, but they're cool. People comment like, "Oh, cool shoes," but they're not waterproof. They're not going to be, they don't have good grip.
Yeah.
As they say, as the kids say. It's a saying.
So the other thing that's making me grumpy is that everything that could go wrong seems to be going wrong lately with just like today I was fixing my sink, right? My sink was clogged once a year. It happens.
Kitchen sink?
No, my bathroom sink.
What's it clogged with? Gross.
Gross hair and shit. Yeah. Yeah, just people's stuff.
Nice, dude.
So, yeah.
Why is it like hair is fine on your head, right?
But it grows it grows gunk and mold the second it
No, forget the gunk and mold.
Yeah. But why is it gross when you see it off someone's head?
Like, I had a friend stay at my house recently, and their hair got in the shower because it's going to. You take a shower, some of your hair is going to come off. Like, it's about, not a lot, but it was not my hair that I could see, and it was just regular hair. There was no gunk on it. And I was just like, bleh. I was like, I don't want. There's some about hair not on someone's head that is disgusting. But if it's on the head, you're like, ooh, nice hair.
Yeah, nice hair.
Yeah. Can I
Maybe.
run my
Do you think there's something?
Yeah.
You think there's something to be said for like?
Joe Biden sniffs it.
Yeah, he does. Is there something for like it's alive when it's on your head and it's like dead?
But it's not. It's not. It's dead. Like, this is all dead cells here.
But it's managed. It's manicured.
Sometimes, I mean, like, now I need a haircut, and it's like every picture from the Comedy Magic Club last weekend, by the way.
I saw you make a comment on that.
My hair is like flopped over here. I look like a I don't know, like some guy that owns like a shitty porn magazine.
Let me tell you why.
We're coming off the ground. Okay, let's buy your copies when you can get it. Like, it was just terrible. So,
like, you own a burger stand on the side of the road.
And no one told me. Like, it took them. They make you, when you go to the Comedy Magic Club, they don't make you do anything. It's fun. Like, they just, you take some pictures in the hallway. I took some out in front, which is like the new thing where they're like, we're going to take one of this lady. I can't remember her name, the woman that takes photos. I'm sorry. Shout out to you. But
it's like D or something like that.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I can't remember. Your name just escaped me right now.
I think it's like one syllable.
Fan. So you do all these like different stuff, which is fun because then you can repost it and stuff. And so I looked through all of them, and my hair was like, it was like just over here. I took 2 pictures of Aiko. Aiko's supposed to be my friend. Didn't tell me. She didn't tell me about my hair. She laughed about it when I brought it up. But anyways, hair is nice on a head. It's like, people want to touch other people's hair when it's on their head.
What about on their back?
In a bad way sometimes. Like, people are like, oh, I want to touch your hair. And you're like, no, don't touch my hair. It's weird. But if it's off your head, disgusting. Mm-hmm. What's up with that? Let's get into it. Hair was first found in the head 20. can't do it.
I knew you were bothered by it. I saw that post because in the particular picture you posted, your hair looked fine. You couldn't tell from that picture, and you wrote like,
I put an arrow
everything was great at the Comedy Magic Club except for my hair. Why didn't anyone tell me? And I'm like, oh man, this isn't him kidding. He was really upset about however his hair looked that day.
Oh man, my hair is going away, dude. But so what's there? I want it to work. It's just when I don't get it cut, there's a little flap here, and then it looks like I have a comb over. It looks like I'm pushing everything, which I'm not. It just is sitting there. So then it's like,
you should go like comb over.
Luis, is your hair leaving you yet?
No shot.
Young.
Luis is young, dude.
I have to like
and Hispanic. He's got strong follicles.
Your dad has good hair.
Yeah, that's all right. His dad is bald, so
Well, it's coming.
I actively have to like thin my hair at the barbershop because it's too thick. That's where I'm at.
Oh, wow.
People hate you.
Bragger.
I'm doing pretty good. I've got a pretty strong hairline. I have this one little area here.
Yeah,
that's
I got a spot.
That's it.
Aliens landed there.
Excuse me.
Crop circle.
Yeah, it's like there's like this little like thinny area, and if I comb it just right, you don't notice it at all.
Yeah.
But
everyone notices it though. Like
I notice it myself.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying I do the same thing with stuff, and we're like, hey, no one can tell, and that people are like, yeah,
you think everyone notices on me?
Sure.
Oh man, it's not good news.
We're old, dude. We don't have Louise's problem. He's got to thin his hair, which, by the way, you should be saving that, dude, so you can put it back in when you need it.
Mine's more about how gray it's going.
You share a shower, right, Luis?
Yeah.
When you see do you know you're not your hair in there? Or it's,
yeah.
Even though it's your brother, right? You should. And
Yeah,
you guys have
brother.
similar. Yeah, you can tell that's not your hair, though, right?
Yeah.
It's gross.
A little bit. Yep.
Yeah, look at that. It's almost identical. DNA would be almost identical. That hair.
We actually just argued last night about who gets to clean the shower.
Who gets to do it? Like you want
Or
to
who
do it?
has to. No.
Man, your English is really off today, Luis.
Jeez, more racism from Dave.
Spending a lot of time in the homeland.
Jeez,
He was just in Mexico.
Just another Monday with the racism.
I feel like you and I have done that. All podcasts this week like that. You do it all the time. For what you shouldn't be talking.
Accidental racism.
No, Luis can do a supercut right now of you not saying words correctly. Accessories.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah, we can do like a whole podcast of Dave mispronounces words.
Man, I do this thing now too. I catch myself in conversations where I know a word I want to use and I can't cue it up, and I refuse to move on from it.
Yeah.
So then I sit there quietly, like I'm buffering in the conversation. And as long as the word came to me, it'd be fine. And then when the word never comes to me, I have to totally change the sentence and dumb it down and just explain. Like, I'll be like, hey man, that's what happens when you're playing high level sports, and it's just time for you to. When you got to step up, is what I mean, and I'm just like, fuck, I look like an idiot because I couldn't actually come through with it.
So what happened to your sink? That's what we got off. Yeah, you're clean.
It's just like the little stopper thing that the rod. What would you call that?
Oh, the thing that puts the plug up and down the side.
Yeah,
it's like a rod. I don't know.
Yeah,
There's probably a term for it. Some plumber.
A ball rod. We're gonna call it that.
A ball rod.
Well, because it's got like a little ball in there.
That just sounds like a euphemism for your dick. Yeah. Well, gotta go to the doctor. Your old ball rod's not functioning.
A lot of sexual innuendo in plumbing.
Yeah.
So it should be a super easy thing to replace, and I've replaced it 1,000 times. By the way, once you really get into like
1,000,
yeah, a lot. I've done it a lot.
Into. Yeah.
But I went and bought it. I was doing it last night. I took it apart, fixed the sink, unclogged it, was putting it back together, screwed it a little too tight, and the plastic broke. All right, no problem. I'll go in the morning before we podcast to the hardware store and just grab a new one and put it on. So you spend $10 because you can't just buy the nut part. At least I'm not smart enough to just go find the nut. I just got to buy the kit and then just put a whole new one on. And it wouldn't fit. It was the exact same one that I had, so it should be the right size. And for whatever reason, something in the pipe wasn't allowing it to sit flush. So I just was getting frustrated. And finally, I'm like, I gotta go podcast. And I drove in the freaking rain over here.
So you're in a bad mood right now?
Yeah, just everything. Like, nothing is easy.
Oh, is that why
right
you
now.
texted me? Because I was getting my windshield fixed this morning.
Yeah.
And you said, "Are you still getting your windshield fixed?" And I go, "Because it was raining." I don't know. I was like, "Yeah." And then you didn't get back to me. So that was what it was.
Just kind of wanted a little head. Yeah, I was trying to gauge time.
Oh wow. And then my windshield didn't get it fixed.
Nope.
They got to replace the whole. They were going to fix a little. They were going to fix a little crack. Now they got to replace the whole thing. Look, Louise's cat's here.
I've had a crack in my windshield. That was a good example of what I'm talking about. This was a while ago though. My dog has prescription dog food, and
For some reason, I thought you were going to say glasses because we were talking about windshields. And I was
well,
like,
no,
your dog has glasses because I've seen Gypsy. I've never seen the glasses.
just to read. That's it.
It'd be awesome.
Yeah. She only needs him to read.
Your dog would be number one on Instagram if it had a reading glasses.
Big,
it was like
big Coke bottles.
Yeah, like Jerry Maguire kid.
Yeah.
Whatever that kid's name is. Jerry Maguire kid. Does he have a name?
He's like buff now.
Yeah, I hope he's grown.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
no,
it'd be a sad tale. He hasn't grown since Jerry Maguire.
He'd probably get more work.
The human head is 7.5 pounds. Whatever.
Hey, that's what happened to the kid who played Webster and Gary Coleman.
Yeah.
They just played little kids for their whole life.
Yeah, the Webster.
Second quarter.
I have a Webster. Did we tell that Webster story?
No, you have an Emmanuel Lewis story?
I do. Yeah, but there's words I can't say from that story on here.
Does it start with N?
It does. Yeah. I'm not calling him that. The words were said.
Well, you should probably tell the story to
words
cover
were
your
said
tracks
by other
now.
people. All right. This kind of like throws people under the bus. But it's fine.
Can you use aliases?
No, I can't because the story is. I'll tell the story. I don't care. But I'm
Back the bus up.
I'm gonna say N-word because I'm not saying the word, even though
No,
it's part of
please don't say the actual N.
Well, no, some people were saying it in the room.
Okay.
So I'm at the Boston Comedy Festival, and did you do that ever?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's a competition.
Yep.
And at the time, I was dating Lisa Correa, who we've talked about on the podcast. And
Multiple times.
we both got into the festival the same year, which was convenient. We shared a hotel, flew up there. We got past the first round, both of us, and then we both lost in the second round, and it was done. So you kind of just hang out. You play like some whatever that bowling game is they have there. It's like not really bowling. It's thin pins. It's like a Boston game. It's called like needle pins or some shit. I don't know.
You gotta knock the pins down.
But I was just pissed. I was like, I don't want to fucking stick around. But we stuck around anyways. Judah Franlander got like Lifetime Achievement Award, which was cool. I like Judah, and I knew him a little bit, so it was cool to see him. Anyways, we were trying to figure out shit to do, and then one day Lisa's like, hey, there's like a seminar workshop or something, and it's like we should go to this. It was Bud Friedman, who just passed away. He was the guy that started the Improv.
just passed away now, not like at the time of this story.
Yeah, a couple months ago. Yeah, who was, I mean, a super influential guy in comedy. I mean, basically started the comedy club, as you know, the Improv. And then there was one other person, couldn't even remember because I blocked it out of the story. And then there was a couple that were agents, I want to say.
I know who you're talking about.
You do?
A married couple?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it is.
Well,
They're at all those things.
I'm going to tell you who it is right now because I have to for the story. They raised Michael Rappaport. This is not the same people you're thinking of?
Well, not that I know of. Do you know their names?
I can't remember their names, which is better for the story because I don't want to say their names. But they're old, just so you know, for the story. Right. So there's a group of about...
I'm going to look that up while you're telling the story.
There's a group of about 40 or 50 comics. We're just sitting there. It's in this small little black box theater where Lisa and I got eliminated, too. And they apparently raised Michael Rappaport. I guess he was adopted. I didn't know that. Michael Rappaport, famous actor. And he does comedy now. And
Michael Rappaport parents.
I'm going to get in trouble for this. They said it and I was there. So anyways, it's kind of boring, to be honest. Like, even though Bud Friedman's there and it was cool to meet him, and they're just kind of telling us, they were telling us stuff that we already knew, but they thought we might not know, but they didn't know the level of comedy we were at. Here's what you do if you want to get booked and this, and we're all just being respectful and sitting there like, all right, we'll just sit through this. And then the guy that runs the festival, Jim McHugh, he was like, hey, we have another person for the panel. They just showed up. They were late. It's Emmanuel Lewis. And I was like, Webster? I was like, this just got a lot better, And do you know who Webster is, Luis?
Yeah.
Okay. So he shows up. He comes in. He's cute as hell. He's still tiny.
He's cute as a bud.
He honestly had more interesting things to say because he was just talking about being in the entertainment industry and the difficulties of it and something. So I was actually enjoying listening to Emmanuel Lewis, whatever. So this older couple starts talking about it, and they go, one of the things you got to do is you got to find your like who you are and your voices and stuff. We raised Michael Rappaport, and he wanted to do stand-up originally. He's doing stand-up now, but he started off before acting. He wanted to do stand-up, and he just wasn't really taking with him. And so then we thought maybe he should do something else. He started doing acting, and then he's crushed it in acting. He's had a great career in acting, and he's done other shit too. He directed, produced a Tribe Called Quest documentary that's phenomenal. If you've never seen it, but and then to go, but still, when he was acting, he had to find out who he was, and he became the first wigger. And then we're all just sitting there like that, like, okay. And then this person of the couple, I'm not even going to throw who it was, they didn't think that we knew what a wigger was. So she goes, that means he was the first white N-word.
No!
Jesus.
And right next to Emmanuel Lewis, too. And I just to be fair, like 5 or 10 minutes before that, I had looked at Lisa and I was like, I can't believe you fucking dragged me to this stupid shit.
And now you're sitting doing popcorn.
As soon as that happened, I was like, high five. It was like, and every comedian was like this, like, oh my God. We were all like sleeping. We were like, oh my God. And we're like, what? And then she looked around like and said it again. I was like, that's what it means. So we're like, yeah, we know. We knew.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
knew before. And Emmanuel Lewis looked at her like, bitch, like,
Yeah.
I'm fucking right. Emmanuel Lewis is like, I
Wow.
might be small. Yeah. And I don't even remember what happened for the rest of that thing, but I was like, that was awesome. That was just an old person being unaware of life. And it would have been uncomfortable anyways, but the fact that Emmanuel Lewis was sitting right there, and he was like,
it would have been more uncomfortable if there was no black representation in the room to
Yes. Oh,
check
yeah,
her.
yeah, 100%.
Because then you're like, wait, we just let her get away with that. Like, you know?
if I remember
But
correct-
at least Emmanuel Lewis was there to be like,
Yeah. Well, no, all the comedians knew, like, you can't. I want to say there was at least, I think there's 1 or 2 black comics in the crowd too, because I want to say there was, because I just remember looking, because we all looked around, we were like, yo.
wow.
Then it became like, I can't believe you didn't go to this workshop. You should have went there. You missed out. It was crazy. Anyways, you can easily find out who those people are. I will say, I don't think that this woman is an evil racist or something. I just think she's an old person that thought, like, I'm going to explain this to the kids here. Like, I was just like,
She probably thought the reaction was going to be like,
I tell you what, Michael Rappaport has been known to get into it with people. So it's like,
Yeah.
maybe it'll get some. Let's get into it. All right, fuck.
Well, and
I'm
it's
not saying anything bad, but
it's an accurate representation of him as well.
that happened.
Yeah.
I mean, exactly. And by the way, that happened. I'm not even worried about like that slander or whatever. There's many people that were there for that. So there's like, if that went to a court, I would win. I would be like, yes, that did happen. I'm not. Yeah, your cat's going bananas.
Yeah, what's up with this cat?
Fitty.
Got a
That's
case
fitty.
of the zoomies.
Is there an earthquake coming? Should we be worried?
There might be. I saw there might be an earthquake coming
Really?
in San Francisco. Yeah, there's like a
Either that or it's chasing a mouse. Maybe did it just see some loose hair?
give it some LSD. Yeah, he didn't like that story. Because he's like gray,
licking
so I
his-
don't know what that means in the cat world. You know, like he's a Russian actually, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's white. He's white.
Russian.
He's a Russian blue. So he's white. White cat that you named Fitty. You named this cat Fitty, and it's Russian, clearly white.
It's amazing when people have a tremendous comfort level using that word.
Yeah. Oh, I don't even. Yeah. I didn't even like saying N-word in that story. I didn't even like saying that
Yeah.
just because, and people, you know what would be. I know people. There definitely might be even people listening, watching this podcast, will be like, "Oh, fucking, you can't say words." No, there might be. Who knows? But I saw this guy put it so succinctly the other day. I can't remember his name, but somebody posted it, and he's a black poet, I want to say. And he was explaining the basics of what he said. He goes, this is why white people want to use that word, and they can't. And he goes, but let me just explain it to you like this. If you're hanging out with a group of friends, and you're comfortable with each other, like if I'm hanging with you, I'm like, oh, stop being a bitch, like that, And you're not going to get offended by me calling you a bitch, because we have familiarity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
familiarity
there's
that we're using that word. Yeah. And
credibility in the bank with each
but
other.
if you went
Yeah.
to Starbucks and you're like, what's up, bitch? Give me that coffee. She'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you haven't earned that from me.
Yeah, and you're not allowed to use that. And so then you expand that to like racially and culturally, and it's like, yeah, why am I not allowed to use a word? Because you're not in that group. You're not allowed. You're not hanging in the group that's allowed to use that word. So
Man, growing up in Miami, it was very diverse. All my friends were black, Nicaraguan, Asian, Cuban, right? Like it was very
Yeah, it's a diverse. Other than LA, I haven't been to a more diverse city.
Yeah.
LA is more diverse because LA has less. It's less of the Hispanic diversity here. It's more the Asian, but it's a very diverse city. And Miami is like Caribbean, South America, but it's very diverse. Yeah,
but we learned like kind of what you're talking about, where all right, there's certain things that are okay because we're friends and we can we can totally talk about each other's differences and what makes us different and razz each other about it. But then we also learned, hey, there's certain things that are offensive and off limits, and the Jewish culture, all that kind of stuff. One of my best friends.
Sounded like it.
No, just
I know, it's just fun to do this with you.
I mean, one of my best friends was, or still is, Gary Graham, who's a 300-pound black dude, and he called me Snow Cheeks because he said I had the whitest ass he'd ever seen in his life. And it's like, I don't care. I'm not offended.
Why was he seeing your ass?
Because we used to shank each other all the time.
Shank?
Yeah, when you sneak up behind someone and pull their pants down. You didn't do that with your buddies? You didn't have good enough friends.
Maybe I had good enough friends. That's the way I look at it.
There was one time specifically, we were tubing behind a boat, and Gary was on the tube, and I was like kind of trying to get into the tube, and one of our buddies came up and shanked me. So my ass was like my wet ass was right in Gary's face, and that's when he started calling me Snow Cheeks. He's like, "Your Snow Cheeks just blinded me." And that's when I started.
Yeah, I remember when people used to come visit me in Miami that had never been from Miami. We'd go to a restaurant and they'd be like, "Everybody's speaking Spanish here."
Yeah,
so it's like
you should see the grocery store.
It's Miami. What the fuck? Do you know Spanish? I know. Do you think you know better Spanish than me?
Not today. At one point, I did.
What does that mean? Oh, you mean currently?
My Spanish is terrible right now.
You don't mean today, the day we're recording this. You mean in the present?
Just in general, yeah.
We should do that one day.
Spanish test?
We have a Spanish test.
Ooh, I like that.
You're going to have to set it up.
All right.
Well, I guess so, right? Huh? Guess so. I guess I'm the only one that
we can do it right now.
I mean, we could try.
I don't know. Did you have a story you were telling?
Oh, yeah. Let me finish that thought.
Yeah, okay.
So,
think of some words, Luis. Do a Spanish test now. 10 words. Is that how we'll do it? Or a sentence? How are we going to... You think about it.
Luis, you think about it. We'll get that.
Yeah, that's on you.
So, like growing in Miami is a very different childhood than I think a lot of other places in the country where, there's probably a lot of racist people.
There's a lot of racist people in Miami.
Well, there is, but I guess what I mean is more like redneck racist, where people have a real comfort level with saying certain things.
Push them
like
all
that,
down the Homestead down there. The
so
it's called, literally a place called the Redlands. That's in South.
So I had an experience. The Redlands is like horse country, Homestead, but I was up in what's it called? Is it Sunset? Sunset, is that a place?
There's a street.
There's a concert venue that's up north. Sunrise.
Yeah, Sunrise.
So it was up in Sunrise. So back in the day, in the 90s, before like country was as mainstream as it is today, all the country acts used to go to this one place. And this dude who used to paint all of our houses in the neighborhood, Ray the Painter, he used to he had a side gig selling tickets at the box office.
The Sportatorium?
So maybe it was something like that. It was a couple thousand people.
Sportatorium was like a death trap. They closed. Yeah, anyways, go.
Maybe. Was that what it was? I can't remember. No, I think it was like the Sunrise Amphitheater or something they called it or whatever. So he's the one who controlled all the comps that got released on the day of the show. Like I'm sure Jim does that and Bert does that, whatever. So
there's certain seats.
That they hold for artists.
Here's
artist
a hack
comps.
for you guys.
Yeah.
If a show is sold out, the day of the show, I think this is pretty much in general, that there will be about, it depends how big the venue, but 10 to 20, maybe 30 or 40 seats saved for the artists if they have their agents coming, their managers, family, something like that. Like they don't want to like ice these people out that might be coming, people that are important to the artist. And sometimes an opening act, I'll get to like leave some tickets and stuff like that. But once all those are filled in, they'll release these tickets.
Try to sell them last minute.
If something's sold out and you really want to see it, the day of, stay on the website or even
refresh.
Even if you really like it, go to the actual venue and just go up to the window and just say, "Hey, if something's released, give me your number." Hack.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, he knew that it was me and like three of my friends in my high school that liked country music. And so he knew that no matter who it was, we'd go if we had those seats. And it was like $60. It was so cheap. And we'd get front row or second row seats.
The seats will be good too.
Yeah.
The seats will be good. That's the other part of the hack. Yeah.
I saw like Charlie Daniels Band, Wynonna, Brooks and Dunn, like Black Hawk, like all the big country acts back then.
I only knew two of those people.
And
you just said names like I'm going to know them. Luis likes country music.
Well, I mean, Reba. I mean, we saw all kinds of people. So
he likes the doohickeys.
the doohickeys.
Jack Hackett's band.
Oh yeah,
See them tomorrow night.
I saw them. They're good.
Are you going tomorrow night, Luis?
I actually did not know they were
You
playing.
saw them?
Saw them in Nashville at the Ryman.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're at the Ryman. Yeah, they're good. Yeah.
Opening for Jim.
Yeah. I'm going tomorrow, Luis. If you want to go, I'm going tomorrow too. Escondido.
Okay. Am I invited?
Yeah, 9:00. Everyone's invited. They want people to go show up. It's not a private gig. They're not releasing tickets to this. Trust me. Okay. They want people to show up. All right, keep going.
So we went to go see Tim McGraw before Tim McGraw was like as big as he is now. But he was still, but he was still pretty big. And so he was doing "Don't Take the Girl," and it's a slow song, right? And so everyone's
take the girl.
Yeah. Close.
That's slide guitar.
No, I don't know. There's a slide guitar in it, but there's one.
Take me instead.
Yeah, that's it.
It's like
you know it.
He's talking to God, right?
Well, there's
Like,
3
she's gonna
parts to the
die,
song.
The
Yeah.
girl's dying. He's like,
The first
"Don't
one.
take the girl." I'm just making this up.
If you want to break down, "Don't Take the Girl," I could do this for an hour.
I don't. I'm just making this up. This is a country song.
Yeah. The refrain is "Don't Take the Girl," and the first portion of the song. What would you call that? The first
verse.
stanza. Oh, verse.
Yeah.
Is about he's a little boy and a girl shows up from next door and wants to go fishing with them, and he's like, "Dad, please don't take her. I just want to go fishing."
I already know the rest of the song.
Yeah. And then the second one, he's dating a girl.
Yeah. And then he marries her, and then she's gonna die.
Yeah, well, you're skipping ahead.
I got it all.
The second one, a stranger comes and grabs her by the arm, says, "If you do what I wait,
is this like a sexual assault now?
kinda."
Oh,
No. So,
great song.
so they get older and he likes her. He takes her to a picture show, and then stranger came and pulled.
I don't want to
a
break the whole
gun,
song down. Let's speed it along.
Grabbed her by the arm, said, "If I do what I tell
Move it
you
along. We have a
to,
Spanish
there
test to get to.
won't be any harm." And right when he said that line, it was like quiet for a split second. And this dude sitting behind me yells at the top of his lungs, "Fucking N-word," like that. And I went, whoa. That guy just said that with pride.
Yeah, but you were at a Tim McGraw concert.
I know, but
that's not like
I was
that.
a kid, and I was like,
Yeah, but I was like, I'm surprised you haven't heard it more. Like,
I mean, I had heard.
I'm surprised he doesn't have a song called that.
I mean, I had heard people like say it like quietly.
Yeah.
But I never, and I'd heard a lot of my black friends say it. I'd heard a lot of my Hispanic friends say it jovially with each other.
Yeah.
But I had never heard someone in a crowd want to be heard screaming, a white dude at the top of his lungs.
Yeah.
With no repercussions, by the way.
No, they probably gave him a better seat.
They're like, "Excuse me, sir."
We have you won the prize. We have a front row seat here. You get to meet Tim McGraw afterwards too. Give you a signed album.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Don't take the girl.
All right, we're gonna do a Spanish test.
Let's go. Arriba. Sorry, I was like, Forrest's gonna call me racist if I do that.
That genuinely shocked me.
If you would have said Arriba, that'd be fine. But you did it with like this Speedy Gonzalez accent. It's like-
Man, I don't know. It's so hard to know what's racist and what's not these days. I don't want to offend anybody, but also, just like Michael Rappaport's parents,
I mean,
it's hard to know sometimes.
There's 2 white guys doing a podcast. We just talked about race. There's nothing wrong with that. People will enjoy that.
I think we have our finger on the pulse.
I'm okay with what we just talked about, but I'm sure there'll be people that are like, fuck these guys. And, you might be right. You may be right. You may be crazy.
The only way you learn is by making mistakes.
Third quarter.
All right. Are you looking up Duolingo?
No.
Okay, if you need more time, we can talk about something else.
Am I giving you guys Spanish words or English words to give me the opposite?
I think both. I think you should do both.
Why don't we do this?
You should do some Spanish words, and we have to tell you what that means, and then you have to give us English words, and let's do 5 of each.
Okay.
Now, let's do 3 of each first and see where we go with that. 5's a lot. Or whatever you think. Dealer's choice.
And are you guys like buzzing in? Or you guys
I don't know. How do you want to do it?
getting
You
your
want to
own
conk
word?
in?
Okay, yeah. I'll conk it.
Conk in.
I can't even do this. Wrong side.
So wait, so you're going to say something, and if I know what you said, I conk in.
How are you going to know which one of us it is? That different
They're very...
Oh yeah, no, I'll know. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. All right, first person to give the translation.
Dave's looking at me like, how do you do that?
I know how to do it.
You're a little jealous.
All right, word number 1.
Disqualified.
Okay, go.
Cat.
Gato.
Wait, he's got to say who it was.
I definitely beat. I didn't even think you blew your
I
horn.
did blow mine. But also, okay, I'll give you that one. But you have to. He has to say whoever it is.
All right,
And
I'll let
also,
him.
make him harder than fucking catch.
I started
We're
like.
not that bad. We grew up in Miami. We're gonna know catch. Although to be fair, when I was in Mexico one time, I was on a beach and I was drinking and I wanted to buy a hat and I couldn't remember how to say sombrero. I was like, hat. I was like, and then she's like, sombrero. I was like, fuck, sombrero. Fuck, it's an easy one. Okay.
All right, this one's in English as well. Pants.
That was me.
Yeah.
Pantalones.
Hey, I knew it.
That one's in the word.
Yeah.
All right, this one's in Spanish. Sacapuntas. Forrest.
I don't know that.
Are you giving me this because you know I know this?
No.
Oh, that's pencil sharpener.
Why do you know that?
Oh, I thought you gave this to me as like a sandbag.
No, I just thought it was a fun word to
I've
say.
never told the story then. I used to say
Sacapuntas.
one of the yeah. One of the things
I used to say sacapuntas.
all the time because one of the sentences we had to learn was "Puedo usar el sacapuntas," which is can I use a pencil sharpener? But sacapuntas sounds like a bad word,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I would constantly say it. I'd be like sacapuntas, sacapunta. And they'd be like, and so if someone didn't know Spanish, they'd be like, "That motherfucker."
It sounds like a-
What did that person just call me? It was like fucking pencil sharpener.
It sounds
sacapuntas.
sounds like a word from like Avatar 3 or something. Like you have to strike her in the heart with the sacapuntas.
Yeah. All right. I'm up 2-2. I'm up 2-1.
Yeah.
2-1. 2-1.
All right. Fucking crushing it. Sacapuntas.
All right, this one's in Spanish. Pantufla.
Pantufla.
Say it again.
Pantufla.
If we guess, do we get negative? Pantufla. Can you use it in a sentence?
Origin of word,
Yeah, use
please.
it in a Spanish. Use it in a sentence in Spanish.
I don't know if that's going to help you.
Yeah.
But, no pude encontrar mis zapatos, entonces usé mis pantuflas.
Socks.
Dave, no. Forrest.
Because you said something about shoes.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
like,
He said buy shoes.
I think it's like maybe either pants, cuffs.
No.
What is it?
Slippers.
Pantuflas?
Yeah, I couldn't find my shoes, so I wore my slippers.
Oh, wow. I thought.
Oh, fine. I
was
thought
way
you said
off.
comprar.
I heard you. I said contrar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
All right, next one.
I thought you couldn't find your shoes because of the pants are too long. And so I heard pants. So I was going to go pant cuffs.
My pajamas.
Pantuflas. Okay.
All right, in Spanish. Chinga tu madre. Forrest.
That means your mother's a very nice person.
Yep, you got it.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
Means fuck your mother?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't want to say that because I'm saying it to Louise now, and that's rude.
Racist.
But he knew that I knew. He knew what was going on. 3-1, baby. I'm
All right,
up.
all right, all right. I'm stepping up.
What's a good one? This was kind of on
No clues.
theme. Oh, okay.
Okay. Is it in English or Spanish?
Spanish.
Okay.
No, it's too easy.
Okay.
You were going to go hamburguesa, weren't you?
I was gonna go pescado.
Yeah.
Fish sandwich.
Well, it's sort of.
Specifically
Yeah,
fish
it
sandwich.
is dead because
Yeah.
pez is a live fish. Pescado is dead or cooked. Or, right? Is that
All right,
correct?
well,
Yeah, you're right.
so I got it.
We'll give you a fish sandwich, but you had to blow in. But we'll give it to you. 3-2. Okay.
In Spanish, botella.
Botella.
Dave.
Yeah.
A plant.
No.
Isn't it bottle?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought you knew this because you were a beer guy. I thought you were buzzing in like botella. I ordered a botella cerveza. Yeah. Oh, wow, Dave.
Cerveza.
You suck. You're racist. 4-2.
Whoa.
All right, let's keep going. Let's do a couple more. So let's see.
I worked at a Saturn dealership in Doral. Like if you were using verbiage like with the oil changes and shit, I'd be winning. But I just don't know what slippers are in Spanish. Just never.
I think there's more to it.
Didn't have an abuela that talked about her slippers.
La abuela. All right, do a couple more.
Now I'm just thinking vulgar. Spanish. Verga.
Vagina.
No.
Verga?
Verga, yeah.
I don't know verga.
It's quite the opposite.
Penis.
Cock.
Cock. Verga.
It's the most like obscene way of saying dick.
Coño. All right. That's very Cuban. I don't even think you know. Do you do coño?
No.
I've
heard it.
That's the difference too. Like when you use stuff like that, it's
He's making a lot of
the
excuses.
slang is very different. Like the Cuban dialect of Spanish is a little different probably from what you're used to, Luis.
Wait, what does coño mean again? Coño is like forget about it, first of all.
Yeah, and then they say
just gotta milk.
also they go
Ño. Nobody does that anymore. When we were younger, they'd be like, Ño.
The other one is tranquilo.
Okay, here's what we'll do.
Tranquilo,
here's what
bro.
We'll do, Dave. Here's what we'll do not break the tie 'cause I'm crushing you. But we will each give each other 2 words in Spanish, and you can use your fucking oil.
I already gave that one out. The cat's out the bag on that
one. You give me
one.
one, I'll give you one. All right?
All right.
Okay, go ahead. Give me a Spanish word. We don't even have to buzz in. Yeah.
Can it be a phrase?
Whatever you want to do. Yeah. Okay, do this. We'll each do a single word, and then we'll do a phrase.
Okay.
It's like I'm going to crush you on both these. I've already got mine I've already got mine locked and loaded.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Papas fritas.
Papas fritas? Yeah. French fries?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, you ready for your word?
Yeah. That was a word, by the way.
Yeah. Ferreteria. Or ferreteria. I'm pronouncing it. Ferreteria? Is that right?
I don't even know.
Ferreteria. Ferreteria. How would you say that word, Luis? You say it.
Do you know what he's talking about, Luis?
Ferreteria.
Huh? Say it.
Ferreteria.
You know what it is, though, right now, right?
No,
he
now
doesn't-
that I'm looking at it,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
but
He doesn't know what it is. How am I going to know what it is?
That's why I picked it. It's something you should know because you've been to this place
Okay.
many times.
All right.
I would assume.
Okay.
You might have been there today.
A coffee shop.
No, it's a hardware store.
Oh, motherfucker.
Yeah, Luis didn't even know. It means I'm better than him.
Yeah, Luis is a
That's,
boy.
that's got to be like Spain Spanish or something.
Yeah,
I've
it doesn't
never heard
matter.
that.
That's
I've
how I
never
learned
heard
it. I
that.
learned it in fucking
Oh,
school.
and so going to Barcelona.
But I am, actually. It's a Europe tour. Okay, do your phrase. You better get this. Ready? I'll do my phrase first. How about that?
Okay, we'll do snake draft.
Mojón con pelo.
Mojon con pelo.
Yeah. It's an insult. You don't want to be this. Did you have to look this up?
I should not have done Google images.
You didn't know this one either? I think it's like a Cuban. I think this is like more of a, my mom had a boyfriend.
You're an asshole.
My mom had a boyfriend who passed away. He's Cuban, and he used to say, his mom used to say this to him. You're being a
jackass, son of a bitch.
It's like a little turd with hair is the direct translation, but it's
So
like,
I got it.
Yeah. We keeping with the hair theme. I thought pelo is hair. You didn't know pelo? Con pelo. Okay, give me your fucking phrase. You're terrible. You don't know.
Necesitas un cambio de aceite.
What I need to change what?
Cambio de aceite.
You need to change. Cambio de
Aceite.
how do you pronounce it?
Aceite.
Aceite.
Aceite. That's oil, right?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I will want one last phrase for the both of you, just because I'm pretty sure it's Cuban. I learned from a Cuban.
Okay.
Pan con pinga.
Oh, pinga. I know pinga.
Well, pan is bread. Yeah, it's a bread with dick, but it's like, but it's like,
Cock meat sandwich.
yeah. Like you're gonna eat a pan con. Yeah.
I used to. So when I worked in
So
the.
Dave doesn't know any Spanish.
No, I'm terrible at Spanish these days.
I fucking blew Luis's
Just
mind
these
by
days.
knowing sacapuntas.
Honestly, I was my Spanish teacher when I was in high school, Senora Torrado. She was the best.
Señora Terrado.
Yeah, but she used to do this. If you fell asleep in class, she'd keep teaching so you wouldn't wake up, and she'd sneak over to her desk and she'd pull out the brightest red lipstick and she'd put lipstick on, and she'd sneak over to you and she'd kiss you on the side of your face, and you'd have this old lady like
You know what's funny?
kiss
man?
here, and the rule was you couldn't wash it off till the end of class. You had to sit in class with it on your face.
You know what's funny is all of my teachers that were my Spanish teachers, and when you grew up in Miami, by the way, you had to take Spanish.
Yeah.
I don't think that's normal for the rest of the world. Like, it was just a thing from elementary school on, was like, you're taking Spanish because you live in Miami and you should learn Spanish. And so I was Bosque, which is Forrest, Bosque.
Oh,
Bosque Shaw. But all of my Spanish teachers were a little bit crazy. Like
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
too. They were always like, they taught that, when you look back, they taught it in a better way. Because there was a guy that, same thing, if you were sleeping or you were being quiet, he'd have a ruler and he'd go, wah! He wouldn't hit anybody, but he'd do it right in front of you. Even though you knew he was not going to hit you with it, it would scare the fuck out of you because you're a kid. You're like, ah, like I'm paying attention.
My class was. Lo siento. Lo siento. My class that I had with Senora Torrado.
It's like you say it, Senora Torrado.
Senora Torrado. She was. The other thing too, if you made her mad, if you like didn't do your homework, or she'd say, I am cursing you to marry a Hispanic woman, and you will never be able to communicate with her. Or she would like do something like that, or she'd be like, she'd put a spell on you. Wow. And then I started dating a Colombian girl after that.
That's Hispanic on Hispanic hate.
Yeah, right
there.
Well, she just meant like you're gonna regret not paying attention in class. Is what she meant. So,
little did she know that Rosetta Stone and Duolingo is gonna come out.
It's gonna make her obsolete.
Yeah, you're fucking
useless. My buddy Pat was in that class with me, and we probably were ruthless in that class because I don't know why. It was me and him. Is one of my best friends and one of my favorite friends to crack up with or whatever. And there was just this like hodgepodge of people in that class that I had never seen before, because it was like not just people in your grade. You could be in there with a freshman, you could be in there with a junior, whatever. And there was just all these people where it was just like, there was this one kid that just smelled all the time. Like he just wore the same dirty shirt to class every day and wore these broken sunglasses. There was this other girl that used to wear khaki head to toe every day. We called her the zookeeper. And we had nicknames for every single person in that class. And it was just impossible to pay attention. And then I had Spanish the year after with Senora Obregon. And she sent me down to the principal one day because she said that I was high in class. Because I just came in and had a bunch of energy and I was a goofball. And I walked up to her. And I walked up and she goes, Senora Williamson. She's like, pa, 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 pa. She like did something like that. And I go, oh, you want to spar? And I go, and I started like shadow boxing her, kidding around, right? And then she's like, wait, your eyes are all bloodshot and you're acting funny. She's like, you're high. And I'm like, I'm not high. That's not how high people act. Like, you know? Yeah. And she's like, you're smoking weed. I go, I'm the only person in this class not smoking weed. And she sent me down to the principal's office. And I had to walk in and be like, Senor Obregon says that I'm high.
Mi nombre es Dave Williamson.
Quiero una hamburguesa con queso, por favor, y papas fritas. Y Coca-Cola de media.
The accent that you use, you're like, you go up a little bit. Like, you're like this. It's almost.
Tranquilo.
You go up like this. I am Dave. Hello. Papas fritas.
Necesita un agua,
right,
por favor, también.
Next episode we'll do some
Forrest, ¿qué tal?
Bosque. It's Bosque.
Bosque.
Bosque is like forest with trees. Okay. Right? Isn't that Bosque?
Popo.
Yeah. Bosquito.
Bosquito.
Technically, I would be small if I was an actual forest. I'd be a Bosquito.
¿Qué tal?
¿Qué what?
¿Qué tal?
¿Qué tong?
¿Qué tal?
¿Qué tal?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sí.
Bien y tú.
Bien y tú.
I think bien y tú is very formal. I think you can just be like, bien.
Hace mucha calor, huh?
Okay.
Fourth quarter.
We'll do next episode. I think we're gonna do voicemails, but before we leave this,
we run out of time today.
I think so, but I think it's the first day of spring.
Oh,
so
wait,
when is the first day of spring? Is it tomorrow?
Today, the 20th.
Today.
Didn't you say today's like
Spring
National Happiness Day or something like that?
International Day of Happiness. Yeah.
Well, you know what?
The winter's over. That's why.
I've made a decision.
Oh wow, here we go.
I've been in a grumpy mood lately. I've been a little down on myself. I've been this weather, I think, is just affecting my mood. And in honor of National Happiness Day, I'm going to turn it around. I'm digging a little deeper. I'm looking for the silver lining in things. And I'm not going to let dumb shit. You know what? So what if you're fixing your sink and something breaks? Sometimes that happens. Maybe you go to the hardware store and you have a good interaction with somebody, and that leads to a great new bit or a new friend, if nothing else. And I'm gonna try to celebrate National Happiness Day by carrying that attitude forward the rest of this month.
Yeah, super inspirational.
Let's start a business, Forrest.
Okay. I'm always happy, so I don't even need to celebrate it. That's what people say about me. That guy's too happy.
Hey.
Yeah, guy's a freaking ray of sunshine. Do you know what country has the highest happiness index? like some index that they came up with. It says
Spain.
I don't think you'll ever get it.
The happy. I know the answer.
I don't even know if you know this is a country. How about
really?
that? The first two letters are consonants, and not two consonants that you'd ever think of putting together. And the first letter is a B. That's how much of a hint I'm going to give.
Oh, Brazil.
Well, that was good. It was two continents, but no, these are two consonants that don't normally go next to each other.
Oh,
it's
Bulgaria.
Bhutan.
Where is that?
Exactly. Bhutan. It's somewhere like in Asia, like near Nepal, I think. I don't know.
Isn't that where Webster's from?
I just remember this is a piece of trivia that is stuck in my head from the Jim Jeffries show.
You've been bringing the nuggets today, dude.
From the Jim Jeffries show. And they have drawings of penises everywhere in this country. Like on the wall. It's like this sort of graffiti thing that, like, not graffiti, it's like something to do with penises and happiness. Are you looking it up? The Bhutan thing? No. Yeah. But their happiness index is
all right.
So shout out to Bhutan on
all right.
International Happiness Day. They must have a celebration there on International. But first day of spring, and we sprung forward last week with a time.
Oh, consistently the worst and best day of my year.
Let's get it.
Is when I find out. I was in Vegas. And I was so tired. I was going to watch my kid play soccer. We went out hiking. I had a show at night. There was some other comics in town I wanted to go see.
The time changes.
And I didn't know until like 10 o'clock that night. Someone mentioned it, and I would just was like, oh, I'm gonna be so. I already wasn't gonna get enough sleep that night. And I'm like, you're telling me I'm gonna lose an hour. But
you're one of these people.
Looking at the positive side of it,
they put it on a Sunday, so most people don't have to work.
Yeah, well, that's exactly when we do work.
Sunday morning.
Yeah, I mean, I had to get up and go watch my kid play soccer, and then I had to drive 8 hours home from Vegas. And
I will tell you this.
I could have used an hour of sleep, let's put it that way.
The only time I gave a shit about daylight savings time going forward was when I was in college, I worked at Rulof's, shout out to Rulof's restaurant, and I always worked brunch. I was always on fucking brunch. And you had to show up at like 5:30 or 6 in the morning on a Sunday. It's the only time I gave a shit because that night you lose an hour of sleep that night. If you don't work on a Sunday morning, you have nothing to complain about. People are like, I don't know what, like people that on Wednesday, like after daylight saving time, like, what's going on? Whoa, I'm so thrown off.
Yeah, but you were a selfish hermit loner who lives by himself with his dog.
They thought you were turning over a new leaf here.
Talk to anybody who's got a child under the age of 8 years old, and the time changing 1 hour throws their world off.
If you have a child too, Sunday, I'll give you Sunday, but once it goes Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, shut up already. I don't need to hear like on Thursday, well, the time's changing. It's like
Wait, that looked like you were going through time.
Yeah, whoa.
Time warp.
If you travel on a plane, people complain less, and that's the day of, like, time's changing and you're fucking you up. This is like, fine. Have you never traveled on an airplane before? You just adjust to it. You're like, what time is it here? Okay, great. Just pretend you just went to New York City from wherever you live.
I will say that
you have to be in a different time zone, but say you flew to Hawaii from wherever you live, unless you live in Hawaii, then you're gonna fly somewhere else.
I will say that my wife always said that my greatest superpower is that I am able to adjust to any time at the drop of a hat, because I just sleep on planes, and I just would like time. I've never had a routine.
Did she say that was a superpower?
She just said that it was the thing that she was most amazed by with me. Yeah, it was my greatest quality.
There's a reason they haven't made a Marvel movie. It's like time guy. We need somebody here that feels like it's noon, but it's actually one. Then you came ambling in with your botella cerveza.
They show up for the big battle, and everyone's like, hey guys, we just can't defeat this dude. We're all too groggy. And then I come out like, I slept on the jet. Boop, 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 boop.
Hey guys, what if it was 11 a.m.?
Time zone warrior.
Botella.
I'll kick your butt from Pacific Central Time all the way over to Mountain Zone.
Papas fritas.
All right, let's wrap this up, dude.
I can't believe you gave him cat. If you hadn't said cat, which by the way couldn't be easier, Dave would have
been
had zero.
A clean sweep.
Yeah,
hey, I sent a dog. Perro.
You think perro is dog?
Yeah.
You sure?
Pet.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's perro. Oh wait, perro.
You sure?
Wait, that's dog.
Final answer though?
Gato and perro. What?
Final answer.
Well, no, because you're saying it like that. Perro is dog, right?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Oh, you son of a bitch. You're all in my head now, Forrest. All right.
You're so unconfident. Gato y perro. I like that you have them grouped together in your brain the way that you do with pictures. Like, Gato y perro.
2 minutes left. 2 minutos.
What's going on? You promote something?
Yeah, I'm going to promote everything.
Yeah, do it.
March 29th to April 1st, I'm in Calgary, at the Laugh Shop. May 5th and 6th, Helium Comedy Club in Indianapolis. And then I'm jaunting over for that Sunday in St. Louis. August, I'm in Dr. Grins. October, I'm coming to Boise. I'm going to be in Boise. So heads up, that'll be up on my website by the time this comes out. And I got a lot of other dates I'm adding. Chicago and, I don't know, a couple other places.
Great.
So,
April
at
4th.
Dave W. Comedy.
April 4th. I'm being in Mill Valley. It's just over the bridge from San Francisco at the Throckmorton Theater. That's a really, if you've never been there and you live in San Francisco area, Bay Area, whatever you want to call it, go there. Really cool show. It's on a Tuesday, a bunch of comics. That's a fun show. April 4th. And then April 7th, 8th, I'm going to be at Cobb's Comedy Club. Now I'm going to be.
Oh, nice. That's a good club.
I'm going to be middling for K. Trevor Wilson. And but I'm going to be recording like new material there. So that's why I'm doing. So I don't know if it's sold out or not, but if it's not, go on the website. Look, I'll be there. I don't even know if my name's on there, but I'll be there.
Cool.
Comedy Records. They're going to record an album.
For
Shout
you?
out Comedy Records. Yeah.
You're going to record a new album?
They took all my shit off. I'm not even going to get into that. They took all my shit off. Not getting into it. Yeah, I'm recording a new album.
Are you going to do your old material like
Not
Taylor
Comedy
Swift?
Records. I'm talking about Sound Exchange. Huh?
Oh.
What's that?
Are you going to record your old stuff like Taylor Swift did?
Yeah, but new heartthrob, new people that burn me, new ex-girlfriends.
Don't take the...
I'm recording there. And then July 6th, 7th, 8th, I'll be in Montreal at the Comedy Nest. Come out to that. And July 9th in Philadelphia at the Punchline. Definitely come out to that if you're in the Philadelphia area. Tickets are on sale now for all that. You can go to my website, forrestshaw.net. We should shout out Comedy Records more.
Comedy Records, thanks for all you do. Also, thank you to Richard, our biggest fan. He dropped us $200 to get the fundraiser going.
He
to
did?
get our
Tell me this. You hoarding this money?
Yeah. He sent us $100. I mean, 100. No, yeah.
Richard sent us $200?
$200 towards our mermaid tails, so we could get that.
Hey, Richard.
Yeah, we got to get that.
What does Richard do? Is he rich? Is Richard rich?
You know, what is rich really, Forrest?
Richard.
Okay. I mean, it's right in his name.
Thanks, Richard. That's nice of you.
Richie Richard, appreciate
Get
you.
those tails.
Yeah, we got to get that.
Mike Levine just texted me of the Comedy Inn while we were talking.
Yep, September. We're going to do that, right?
September 22nd and 23rd. I think we're going to try and get a Key West date in there and possibly a West Palm Beach date. And I think Louise is going to come down there with us, and I think we're going to record podcasts.
And we're going to wear our jackets the whole time.
No, the tails.
Jackets and tails.
Yeah, we're going to have an extra
We're going to wear
suitcase.
a jacket.
Being a merman requires extra suitcases for the jackets and tails. Got to dry the tails off afterwards.
Hey, and can I make a suggestion?
No.
When The Little Mermaid comes out, let's rent the whole theater and see if we can get people to go see it.
The Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant our podcast.
No, The Little Mermaid.
I don't think a whole theater's going to.
We should get hammered and go see
We
The
could do
Little
that.
Mermaid.
Like that the way.
We should make it a sing-along.
I don't even know the songs.
Well, you got time to learn them.
What are they? Under the Sea?
Don't take the girl.
What are the songs in the Little Mermaid?
Under the sea and somewhere out there, and I wish I had legs.
Somewhere out there?
All right, I gotta go.
That's the mouse.
We gotta go.
That's Feifel.
Ooh, see ya.
For they are the mermen.